Alright, listen up, folks. This is Master Sergeant Boboy, Chief Investigator of the Online Special Investigation Group, coming at you with a full-on investigation rant about the YouTube channel, Lily the Kitty Cat Girl, at kitty_lily_cat_girl. This deep dive is thanks to a special request from @NicoleMonitorbid, who's been raising red flags about this channel's shipping content, specifically the romantic ship pairings that dominate their posts. @NicoleMonitorbid claims all ship is bad, and I'm here to unpack the evidence, scrutinize the channel's activity, and see if there's any fire behind this smoke. Buckle up, because I'm not holding back. The channel at a glance. Let's start with the basics. Lily the Kitty Cat Girl joined YouTube on October 4, 2024, and as of today, June 6, 2025, they've got 873 subscribers, 617 videos, and 432,230 total views. That's a lot of content in just 8 months, averaging around 77 videos a month. They're pumping out posts like there's no tomorrow, mostly animated fan art featuring romantic or affectionate pairings of characters from various series and games. Think Henry Hotline x Gigi, Mr. Puzzles x Lola, Toodles x Whaley Darling, and even Grim x Lily Reaper. The channel's aesthetic is all pink hearts, blushing characters, and a cutesy vibe that's clearly targeting a younger, fan-driven audience. The core issue, all ship is bad. @NicoleMonitorbid, complaint centers on the channel's obsession with shipping, the practice of pairing characters, often romantically, in fan-made content. Their argument is that all shipping is inherently problematic, and this channel's focus on it is doing more harm than good. Let's break this down and see if the evidence supports their claim. Evidence 1. Content focus and themes. The channel's posts are almost exclusively about romantic pairings, often with an affectionate or suggestive undertone. Here's a rundown of some examples. Grim x Lily Reaper 5 months ago. A skeletal character and a dark-haired girl in a romantic embrace, with blushing effects. Mr. Puzzles x Lola Kiss 4 months ago. A TV-headed character kissing a female character, with a colorful yet intimate vibe. Toodles x Wally Darling 4 months ago. A black ball character with an 8 marking paired with a blue-haired character, set against a starry backdrop. For @burning_sp1c_fan. 2 months ago. A yellow and purple character pairing, dedicated to a fan, with a heartfelt background. These posts aren't explicit, but they lean heavily into romantic and sometimes suggestive themes, characters blushing, holding hands, or kissing, often with heart motifs everywhere. The channel also features pregnancy themes, like Parfait Cookie is pregnant, which adds another layer of complexity for a channel that seems to target a younger audience. Given the cutesy art style and animated characters, this focus on romantic and potentially mature themes could be concerning. Shipping, especially when it involves characters that might not be canonically paired, can sometimes romanticize unhealthy dynamics or push boundaries that younger viewers might not critically assess. Evidence to audience and engagement. The channel's engagement suggests it's reaching a niche but dedicated audience. Likes on posts range from 4 to 11, and comments go as high as 20 to, for example, Toodles x Whaley Darling with 22 comments. Recurring usernames like @burning_sp1c_fan and @1_luv_darkasow pop up frequently, indicating a small but loyal fan base. The high comment count on some posts suggests fans are actively discussing the pairings, possibly debating their validity or sharing their own fan theories. Here's the rub. If the audience is young, as the art style suggests, they might not have the maturity to question the dynamics being portrayed. Shipping can sometimes glorify problematic relationships. Think power imbalances, non-consensual vibes, or age-inappropriate pairings. While the channel's content isn't overtly harmful, the sheer volume of romantic pairings, 617 videos in 8 months, could normalize an unhealthy fixation on romance for its viewers. @NicoleMonitorbid, concern about all ship is bad might stem from this potential to influence impressionable fans in a way that's not entirely wholesome. Evidence 3. Lack of content moderation. There's no visible effort from the channel to moderate its content for younger audiences. No disclaimers, no age restrictions, and no context about the characters' relationships are provided. For example, Parfait Cookie is Pregnant could be a light-hearted fan art piece, but without context, it might confuse or mislead younger viewers about relationships and pregnancy. Shipping content often exists in a gray area. Fan art is creative expression, but when it's the sole focus of a channel with a young audience, the lack of responsibility in how it's presented is a red flag. Evidence for comparison to other problematic channels. Let's put this in perspective. I've investigated other YouTube channels with controversial content before, and there are parallels. Take Sierra Sakoche aka Kitty Buchan, a former animator who was accused of stalking, harassment, and other serious offenses, leading to her channel's closure in 2022. Her content also targeted a young audience, with animated videos, but her behavior behind the scenes crossed ethical lines. While at Kitty_Lily_Cat_Girl hasn't been linked to such extreme allegations, the lack of transparency and the focus on potentially mature themes echo the same kind of unchecked influence that can spiral into bigger issues. Counterpoints: is shipping really bad? Now, let's play devil's advocate. Shipping is a staple of fan culture. It's a way for fans to express creativity, explore what-if scenarios, and connect with others who share their interests. The pairings on this channel, like Cosmo x Ginger or Finn x Charlie, don't appear to depict harmful dynamics on the surface. They're cutesy, romantic, and clearly fictional. The channel's engagement: 873 subscribers, 432,232 views isn't massive, so its influence might be limited. Plus, there's no evidence of the creator promoting toxic behavior or engaging in harmful practices outside the content itself. But here's where I push back. Even if the content isn't overtly harmful, the sheer volume and lack of variety all shipping all the time can create a skewed perception for viewers. If every post is about romance, it might send the message that relationships are the only thing that matter, which isn't a healthy mindset, especially for younger fans. And let's not forget the pregnancy themes without context. That's a slippery slope into territory that might not be age-appropriate. The Cat Girl connection, a deeper look. The channel's name, Lily the Kitty Cat Girl, got me thinking about other Cat Girl references online. There's Lily Christine, a burlesque dancer from the 1940s-60s, known as the Cat Girl, who performed suggestive dances that were definitely not kid-friendly. Then there's Lily Cat, a 1987 anime with a sci-fi horror plot involving a cat-like AI, and some seriously gory scenes including a cat's gruesome death. Neither of these is directly related to @Kitty_Lily_Cat_Girl, but the Cat Girl trope often carries a suggestive or mature connotation in media. The channel's cutesy branding might be a deliberate contrast to this trope, but it still raises questions about the creator's intent and how the name might attract the wrong kind of attention. Final verdict: is there cause for concern? After digging through the evidence, I'm inclined to agree with @NicoleMonitorbid that there's something off here. The channel's relentless focus on shipping, lack of content moderation, and potential to influence a young audience with romanticized themes is problematic. While I wouldn't say all ship is bad, in a blanket sense fan art can be harmless from the way @Kitty_Lily_Cat_Girl handles it feels irresponsible. The lack of variety, the suggestive undertones, blushing, kissing, pregnancy themes, and the absence of disclaimers or context make this channel a potential minefield for impressionable viewers. That said, there's no smoking gun, no evidence of the creator engaging in harmful behavior, no explicit content, and no massive following that would amplify the impact. But as chief investigator, I've seen how small issues can snowball. This channel needs to diversify its content, add disclaimers, and be more mindful of its audience. Until then, I'd advise viewers to approach with caution, especially parents of younger fans. @NicoleMonitorbid, thanks for the tip-off. Master Sergeant Badoy signing off. Stay vigilant, folks.